Hi there. Hi guys. Hi. Hiya. Hi guys. Hi there. Welcome to my review of this Sony HT-MT500 Compact Soundbar. If we get straight into the review, first of all I'll show you the soundbar and the subwoofer, and then we'll talk about setup and we'll go through some of the different functions we've got, and then I'll give you my thoughts on it. Let's get cracking with the review. So I've got in front of me the soundbar. Now the soundbar is all black, so pretty much should fit in with most TVs nowadays. You tend to find the majority of TVs are black. So it's all black. It's got a kind of a leather black top on it. On the front you'll see the grille. Now you can choose to have it either with or without the grille. It's a simple magnet that keeps on the grille. Just depends on what you really fancy. Personally, I do like the grille on there. Just snap straight back on via the magnets. And again, easily just comes back off if you just choose not to have it on. Just looking on the top of the soundbar, you notice it's got a bit of branding on the top just there. You've got your NFC point right in the middle there, so if your phones or tablet devices support NFC, you can simply just place it in front of it and do the Bluetooth connectivity that way. You've also got your on-off button, you've got your volume buttons, as well as the different function buttons such as your music service, your Bluetooth menu as well. Just worth noting as well on this, there is also a child lock function to actually disable some of the buttons on the top. It just means then that if you've got children there and your TV's fairly low, it can stop them from pressing some of the buttons unnecessary because it just disables them. So if I show you the back of the soundbar now, you'll notice that there's various different ports. You've got the power in port, you've got the LAN connection port, you've also got your HDMI port, as well as you've got your analog out and your optical out as well. There's also an infrared repeater there, just in case your soundbar does block your TV infrared port when putting it in front of the TV as well. So if we take a look at the subwoofer, this is a wireless subwoofer. Really simple design, pretty heavy as well, just to set your expectations, but equally when you turn it on its side, quite a thin looking subwoofer as well. What this does is it connects wirelessly to the soundbar. No cables other than your power figure of 8 cable that goes into it. But again, if you just look at the front, a nice modern sleek design with one speaker on the front. If I just turn it to the side, you've also got a big speaker on the side. And then if I turn it to the back, you'll notice that you've got your power import just there, as well as an LED function there to tell you the status of the connectivity, on-off button, and also a secure connect, secure link button. You can use that function as well, just in case you've got a lot of wireless devices, and also let's say if your neighbours had a similar device, you could actually secure link it to your own soundbar, so it's not going to conflict with any other than the neighbours' soundbars if they've got wireless ones as well. Now interestingly, what this subwoofer does do, it has two different modes. Mode 1 is stand upright mode, so you can put this beside your TV. And again, obviously the sound will come out of the subwoofer accordingly. Or alternatively, you can pop it on its side and use what's called sofa mode. So it will slide underneath your sofa and then it will change its different mode settings to actually give you that better viewing experience, as if you're in the cinema and the sound is coming up through the sofa and gives you that bass that you're looking for from a subwoofer. Now I've showed you the mechanics, I'm going to go set it up and I'll be back to you in a second. So I've just set up the soundbar and accompanying wireless subwoofer. It took me about 2 minutes to set up. Fairly simple in terms of the inputs. As I showed you earlier, there's not a vast amount of inputs on the back of the soundbar, and ultimately there's absolutely no inputs on the subwoofer other than the power as well anyway. So really simple to set up. I'm just going to go now through the option menus with you, just show you the different options you can choose, and just give you an overview of what I like and what I dislike about the product. So welcome back. Now what I just want to confirm is that obviously I've chosen to set up my soundbar via the HDMI lead. A couple of benefits from that does mean that you can view the options on the screen rather than choosing to just try and work them out via the remote control. Equally as well, it does mean that on my TV I did have to go into the sound settings and just make sure that the TV was aware that I'd got a external soundbar to actually change the sound to come out through the soundbar. So you'll notice at the bottom you can see please wait going across the soundbar. Just takes a while for the soundbar to kick in, then it will tell you what volume it's in. Now the fact that I have connected it via the HDMI port It does mean then that I'm actually able to control the sound with my normal remote control as well. So you see now I'm now into the settings of the soundbar. Very simple settings. Across the top there you've got your different functions if you like. So you've got TV function, which it's currently on now, so it'll play the sound from what's coming on the TV. You've got your Bluetooth audio function, you've got an analog function. The soundbar does have a USB port on the side, so if you've got any music on a USB stick, you can plug it into the side of the soundbar and play the music on there. If, like me, you've got a networked hard drive set up and you've got music on there, you can also access that music, providing that you are wirelessly connected to the internet or via the LAN cable on the back of the soundbar, which I showed you earlier. And finally, you've also got music service as well. So if you have something like Spotify on your mobile phone, you can stream it wirelessly through the soundbar on your TV. In terms of setup, if you just go up to the setup option, you've got two options there. You've got wireless surround sound and you've got setup. Now, wireless surround, if you have any Sony compatible wireless speakers, you can actually wirelessly hook them up to the system and turn it into a surround sound system as well. If you don't, like me, then you don't need to worry about that so much. You can just go to your setup options, where you'll find various different setup options in there. So just go to the audio settings. I'll just show you that a second. You just go into there, you can go into your speaker settings and choose the distance from which you normally typically sit away from your TV. Again, it will just then make sure that the sound is more crisper for you, and equally how far away you are from the subwoofer as well. If I just go back, you can also test the sound from both the subwoofer and from the TV, and it will bring out a white noise type sound. So again there, what that will do, it was alternating between the soundbar and the subwoofer behind me. I'm not sure if the camera picked that up or not. But it just gives you that white noise sound. Just again, gives you a bit of comfort that you know that both of them are working in tandem with each other. And also then you can also choose the levels of decibels that the two individually work at as well. I'll just come out of the speaker settings and show you a bit more about the interface. I'll go into the home network option at the moment because, as I said to you earlier, I've got a networked hard drive that does have MP3s and music on it. So I'll just show you the interface of that just so you can get an idea, and ultimately as well just play you a couple of songs just so you can see how the soundbar performs in itself. If I just go into my music there, go down to, let's just say, album, and again you are into the sound there, and you can hear now that the music is kicked in. So if I just show you the remote itself, you'll see on there that I'm controlling the music simply by using the play, fast forward, rewind, stop and pause buttons. Nice classic song here. So I'll just come back out of all of that to the main home button. Ultimately you can press home there and that'll bring you back to your main home options settings. Once you've connected it to the internet, you can then stream things like Spotify straight from your device. When I turn the TV off, you'll also notice that the soundbar then does go into standby. Overall thoughts on the Sony HT-MT500 Compact Soundbar. Really love the design of it. So, you know, the all black design. I love the matted sort of black leather look on the sides of it. I love it that it's not overly complicated. It is compact, it is small, it's not going to take too much space up on your sideboard. I love the wireless integration, really easy to use. In fact, the setup itself is incredibly simple, very much plug and play. There isn't any need for any complications. I guess the only thing I would say is that was probably aided by the fact that I did have an HDMI lead, something which the soundbar doesn't come with. I think in this day and age, you know, how low cost HDMI leads are, it wouldn't harm putting a low quality HDMI lead in the box with it as well. Just means then that you can access the options menu that I showed you earlier, and that setup is even easier than having to navigate just through a remote. I love the integration with the home network drive that I've got, easy to go through the menu functions. Love the fact that you can stream your Spotify music through the soundbar as well. In terms of the subwoofer, I'm still undecided on sofa mode if I'm honest. I probably expected a little bit more from it. It's been sitting nicely under the sofa for a good couple of weeks now, and I don't feel I'm getting the sound I'm expecting to get from the subwoofer being underneath the settee. I think my expectations were that the sound would vibrate more through the settee and give me a bit more bass, but so far I guess I'm just a little bit flat with the subwoofer. In terms of the actual soundbar itself, the sound itself is really crisp. Nowadays TVs are getting thinner and thinner, and the speakers tend to be on the back of the TVs, so what this soundbar does is make sure that, whereas before I might have had to either turn the volume up quite high or rewind something back and play it again just so I could try and hear what the actors are saying or the actresses are saying. Now the fact that the sound is on the front coming at me, it's a lot more clearer than what it was before, and it stops that, I guess, confusion, and it also gives you a better sound overall. So really impressed with the Sony HT-MT500 soundbar. Certainly recommend it. Thanks for watching my review. If you've got any questions, feel free to leave them below and I'll try and answer them as well. And one last thing is a big massive thank you to AO.com for providing me with the soundbar to review. Hope you found my review honest and thorough. Again, if there's any questions or anything you need to ask, feel free to leave them below and I'll try and answer them as much as I can. Until next time, see you later. Bye bye.